Go ahead.
Who do things stand at offensive tackle for you guys?
Going with the guys that we have. Fusco got a practice today, and that'll still be a game time decision, but that was his first day out there today, just like last week. So we'll see if he can go, and after that, I'm not going to say where the people are, trying to give us as much advantage as possible.
Going to IR, do you know who will fill that spot?
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with the O-line. Obviously, the guys that are on our roster, and we'll see where we go with that next week.
But QB-wise, you're going to have Beathard start, Garoppolo back up.
Yes.
A possibility you might bring Nick up as well from the practice spot?
We don't plan on.
You feel, how's Jimmy's week gone in terms of cramming and preparing for that role?
It's been good. I think that it'll be the same throughout the whole year. We got him in here, I believe, Tuesday. Been going at it hard every night. He's worked real hard at it. I think he's gotten more comfortable each day. Definitely not there yet, but if that situation presents itself, we'll have a plan to go with him so we can function.
You said early in the week the plan was going to remain fluid. At what point do you envision maybe the plan starting to crystallize and maybe circling a date to get him into his starting lineup, or what other factors are going to be at play when it comes to making that decision?
Strictly what I said last time. There's no date. There's nothing. That's what we see at practice. That's what we see day to day dealing with him. When we think he has a chance to go in there and be successful, that's when we'll do that.
Do you factor in things like the absence of Joe Staley?
Yes, just like last time. I factor in all that stuff. When I believe he has a chance to be successful and to go in there, then that's when we'll do it. And I think all that stuff factors into giving him that chance.
Cal, obviously something out of your control, but you've been on the road for the last 5 weeks, including some long trips. How much of a challenge was that, just in terms of managing guys' body clocks and all that stuff, and how nice is it now to have this month where you're...
It was a huge challenge. It's the first time I've been through that. I think the bigger deal is going through that and at the same time facing 3 teams out of 4 weeks that are coming off a bye week. So I think that kind of compounded it. That was my first time ever experiencing something like that, and I've seen what it does, and I've seen how it affects guys. So it's stuff we've had to change with reps. We've a number of periods we've just done walkthrough, things like that, trying to get them to our bye week so they got a chance to recover. But it definitely has been a huge challenge.
Cardinals are coming off a bye. Are you
Yep.
including them in that?
Yeah.
Tally? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This will be the 3rd team in 4 games.
Back to the NFL schedule makers in the offseason?
I do stuff that I can control. Talking to them, I don't think changes much. I just hope that they do it differently next time.
You guys have used injured reserve more than any other team in the NFL. Is there, I know you had a physical training camp, but is there any correlation? I know obviously it's a long ways away, but next year would you change your approach to training camp and the physicality and things like that?
No, not at all. I don't think we had that physical of a training camp, where you have 1 practice a day, and a few of them were in full pads. I thought we had a pretty normal training camp practices, but it's just unfortunate with the injuries.
Do you have any issue with the NFL not finding the Eagles guys that hit Joe and Pierre that resulted in their injuries?
I'm not going to sit here and say that I have issues with them, but we did lose 2 of our best players on our offense on 2 plays that we felt were ones that we felt flags should have been thrown on.
Clarity on how long Joe will have to be out with his injury?
We're hoping for after the bye week, and that's something we're going to have to see week to week. Obviously, he's not going to be up this week. I don't expect him next week. Then we get that weighted week off that we've been waiting for, and hopefully he'll be ready for Seattle. Yeah, that's a good question. That's what I asked. I think it's similar exactly when they wear that mask in the NBA. I'm told it doesn't work the same way in the NFL with the helmet and everything. So if that was the case, they probably could go out there now. But it's just a little different game for obvious reasons. So we got to wait till it heals.
Was he checked for a concussion after the play?
I'm sure he was, but I don't know. I just find out when he's in or when he's out, and I think they knew the issue with his eye, but I know he stayed there at the hospital. I'm sure he gets checked for everything.
Did Ronald Blair get through the week okay? Are you anticipating bringing him up?
Yes, he did get through the week. We plan to make that final, whatever the deadline is, most likely this afternoon or sometime early tomorrow.
When you guys have these officials out of practice, Kyle, is that something that you planned on doing after training camp, or is that kind of in response with the steady stream of penalties all year?
No, that's something we did throughout the 2 years I was in Atlanta. So we just kept it going here. I think it's something just to have so people can see. You can look at the flags, you know, whether you agree with them or not. So it's just a way to keep track of it and hold people accountable.
Really, being number two, is that a comment at all on how quickly he's been able to process things this week?
Yes, you know, if we were going to wait on that all week, you know, if we felt that he couldn't go in and function, then we would have pulled Nick up and done that with Nick. You know, the hard thing with doing that, you know, because I got a lot of confidence in Nick and he's been working hard and preparing every week, and so Nick is ready to help our offense function. But in order to do something like that, you have to cut another player. And with all the injuries we have on our team right now, especially guys that aren't on IR, to cut another player would be tough to get a practice squad guy up.
Yep. You know, 30-something guys on defense who've come in quickly and, you know, within 5 days started playing in the game, McDaniel, Duzel, and Hall. Do you identify, like, hey, we're going to need a guy who's been in the NFL for a while to kind of pull this off? I mean, in those situations, are you not looking for a 24-year-old? You're more likely to get
Yeah, totally. It's, you know, I think I saw something a couple weeks ago. You know, the first game of the year, we had 100 snaps by rookies, and I want to say versus Dallas, we had over 400 by rookies. And, you know, it's been more because of injuries than anything. And, you know, when you put a lot of pressure on rookies, you know, sometimes they're not always ready. And you want to sit there and get upset, but it's also, you got to be patient with them too. It's not totally their fault that they're thrown into that position before they're ready. So there's lots of times you try to get guys who have played in the league, who have been around, to where they've been in these games and they know what to expect, just so they don't have to learn through trial and error through some very important games. So if you have a choice, when you have injuries, you'd always like to get a guy who's done it before. Those are usually the veterans who are out on the street. Your other option is trying to steal guys off other people's practice squads. Now that the trade deadline is gone, you know, when you're looking at like the Pierre situation and stuff, you know, we'll see how we handle this week and we'll look into next week. But when it comes to options, you know, once that trade deadline leaves, your options are sign people who are on the street, you know, or try to take most likely younger players or rookies off other people's practice squads.